So hello and welcome back to the Technic pack. It's a tongue twister from Minecraft. Last time we had a successful run. We were looking for some rubber. We found a little bit of rubber. We found some rubber tree saplings. Found in this little ravine here. We found some iron ore, some a little bit of coal that I dug out of this wall here. And so what we want to do this time around, we need to find a little bit of minerals, and it's nighttime, so I thought maybe now would be a good time to try to search a little bit for some minerals. Actually, I'm a little bit low on health as well, so it may help to heat up some of this meat that we've got here. Some delicious, we have raw chicken. Almost outsmarted me. So some genius chicken meat. We have a lot of beef. A lot of beef. So this is good. We're set, I think, for food. Now, while this is cooking, I want to see if it's all possible that we can find some... Oh, you know what? I get distracted easily. 1 second. I think I also want to start some iron processing. While I can, because iron tools would be very useful right now. So what we want to find is there's a lot of ores here in the Technic pack that you need. Some of them maybe you haven't seen before. Of course, iron is always sought after, and in the Technic pack there's a lot of refined iron being used. But in the industrial craft there's also copper, which you can see right here. This little copper colored ore is copper, and they actually use it for a lot of the tier 1 objects that you can make. They use it for wires, for copper wires, which are good for some of the lower machines, and some of the little batteries are made out of copper. And they're used a lot for the lower machines, so you know, copper is extremely useful at an early stage of the game. But in addition to copper, you really need some tin, and that may be a little more difficult to find. I don't know if it may come up higher on the surface, but I might have to dig a little ways down for it. And we'll see. We'll try a little bit of digging, and we'll see. So let me go ahead and see if I can show you what you can do with the copper. So I'm going to try to get a little rubber going. So one of the ways you can get rubber is by just heating some sticky resin. Wonderful. Some iron. I don't know why an elf would be excited by iron, but I definitely am. So now let's go ahead and heat up some copper. We'll smelt that copper. And what you can do with some rubber and some copper is make copper wiring. Now normally you would need, I think, six rubber and 3 copper to make I think 6 wires. But rubber is hard to come by, so it may be possible. No, I can't do it. I need some more rubber, so that's too bad. I have to build or to plant some rubber trees, and the good thing is I just found a generous donation to help with the rubber tree procedure, so that's good. That is very good. In fact, let's go ahead and let's make some rubber trees. And hopefully I'll have enough rubber at the end of this to show you what some copper wiring looks like, how to make it. So let's go ahead and plant some rubber trees. Try to dig our way out of here. I should have made a shovel, but I don't think I'm very good for forethought. That's not one of my strong suits. Especially when I'm talking, I think I have a hard time planning out what my next step is going to be. Anyway, so let's go ahead and make some of these rubber trees. We'll see if we can make some copper wire in the next few minutes, and hopefully give you an idea of how to do that for yourselves. So here we go. Here's some rubber trees and a very kind skeleton will allow us to harvest rubber quickly. Okay, so we go back to that rubber tap that we used yesterday, and really all I want is a total of 6 rubber for right now. But later on I'll need beautiful. Later on I'll need a little bit more, simply because 6 rubber will give me one set of wires, and I'm going to need 2 sets of wires, because 1 set of wires will be good to make a tool, but I also this rubber just goes all over the place. But I also need to make some batteries to power my tools, and there's a battery box to recharge them. So I think in the long run I'm going to need probably at least 12 rubber to start with to really get going. But it looks like it's not going to be forthcoming this time around, so that's too bad. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But for now, let's just go ahead and collect what we can, see if we can grab any more saplings, and we'll go on into the next step. See, let's make some copper wires. Some copper wiring. And, okay. So we'll run back down and see how the rest of that is doing. Let's see here. 5 saplings. Beautiful. Okay. And the thing about copper wiring, it loses, actually the wiring in industrial craft, it loses some of its power. So if you're using copper wiring over a long distance, you'll find that all of a sudden you have less and less energy at the end of the wire. So it's something to be careful of, something to be aware of. It's something where you want to either use less wire or use better types of wire. Those both options should be fine. But just something to be aware of when using the copper wire. So thankfully I can upgrade to a beautiful iron pickaxe. Hopefully this is the last axe that I need to use before getting a beautiful drill, a beautiful automatic drill. But that is to be seen in the future. I don't know if we're going to be fortunate enough to find the tin that we'll need this time around. So it looks like we're not going to find the tin right away. I might actually mine a little bit offline, see if I can find some tin deposits, some places with some tin, beautiful tin, delicious, wonderful tin. Because it looks like it may be a little difficult for the time being, so that's okay. But let's go ahead and make some copper wiring, and I'll show you how that is. So it's just 3 rubber on the or 6 rubber, 3 on the outside, the top and the bottom, and here is the copper that runs in the middle, and you get 6 copper. It's actually called copper cable, and you use that inside different tools, inside batteries, and in fact you also later, eventually, when you do get some generators, you can use it to connect generators to other to things that it needs to power, just like that. So it'll connect a generator to a iron stove or something like that, a mechanical stove. So next time hopefully we find some tin, and I'd hope to make some batteries, and hopefully if we can, I'd love to make a mechanical drill so that I don't waste iron on just making more and more pickaxes. So until next time, enjoy your Technic.